Salam kids, welcome to your channel Islam Station. Today our topic is the importance of hijab. But first we will introduce what is hijab. The term hijab derives from the Arabic word hajaba, meaning to hide or conceal. It is not only about covering the head, but also about wearing modest clothing and behaving modestly. It is more than a simple piece of cloth. It represents faith, identity, and values in Islam. Importance of hijab in Islam. Number 1. Obedience to Allah. The hijab is worn primarily as an act of obedience to Allah. It reflects a woman's commitment to her faith and her desire to adhere to Islamic teachings. Number 2. Modesty and purity. Modesty and purity. Hijab is a symbol of modesty and purity. It serves as a barrier to protect women from unwanted attention and maintains their dignity. Number 3. Identity and empowerment. Wearing the hijab allows Muslim women to express their identity and maintain their cultural and religious values. It empowers them by prioritizing their character and intellect over physical appearance. Benefits of wearing hijab. Spiritual benefits. Wearing the hijab strengthens a woman's relationship with Allah, providing a constant reminder of her faith and commitment to Islamic principles. Protection from objectification. The hijab helps prevent women from being judged based on their appearance. It shifts the focus to their intellect and personality rather than their physical looks. Privacy and security. By wearing the hijab, women can maintain their privacy and feel secure from the prying eyes of those who might not respect their boundaries. Promotes modesty. The hijab fosters a sense of modesty, encouraging women to be humble and respectful in their interactions with others. Cultural identity. The hijab is an expression of cultural identity and pride. It connects Muslim women to their heritage and religious community. Health and hygiene. Covering the hair and body can protect against environmental factors such as sun exposure and pollution, contributing to better skin and hair health. Authentic references from the Quran. Surah An-Nur 24:31. And tell the believing women to reduce some of their vision, and guard their private parts, and not expose their adornment except that which necessarily appears thereof, and to wrap a portion of their head covers over their chests, and not expose their adornment except to their husbands, their fathers, their husbands' fathers, their sons, their husbands' sons, their brothers' sons, their sisters' sons, their women, that which their right hands possess, or those male attendants having no physical desire, or children who are not yet aware of the private aspects of women. Surah Al-Ahzab 33:59. O Prophet, tell your wives and your daughters and the women of the believers to bring down over themselves part of their outer garments. That is more suitable that they will be known and not be abused, and ever is Allah forgiving and merciful. References from Hadith. Abu Dawud 4102. Narrated Aisha, Ummul Mumineen. May Allah have mercy on the early immigrant women. When the verse that they should draw their veils over their bosoms was revealed, they tore their thick outer garments and made veils from them. Hijab and similar practices in other religions. The concept of covering one's head and body as a sign of modesty is not unique to Islam. Many other religions have similar practices that emphasize modest dress and behavior. Here, we explore how head coverings and modest dress are viewed in Christianity, Judaism, and other religious traditions. In Christianity, the practice of women covering their heads has deep historical and theological roots, particularly within certain denominations. Biblical references: Corinthians 11:5-6. But every woman who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head. It is the same as having her head shaved. For if a woman does not cover her head, she might as well have her hair cut off. But if it is a disgrace for a woman to have her hair cut off or her head shaved, then she should cover her head. Corinthians 11:10. It is for this reason that a woman ought to have authority over her own head, because of the angels. In Judaism, the practice of covering the head is an important aspect of religious observance, particularly for women. References: Genesis 24:64-65. Rebekah also looked up and saw Isaac. She got down from her camel and asked the servant, "Who is that man in the field coming to meet us?" "He's my master," the servant answered. So she took her veil and covered herself. Numbers 5:18. The priest shall have the woman stand before the Lord and loosen her hair. In Sikhism, both men and women are encouraged to cover their heads as a sign of respect and humility. Turban, dastar. Sikh men and some women wear a turban, which is a long piece of cloth wrapped around the head. This practice is a symbol of their faith, equality, and self-respect. Headscarves for women. Sikh women often wear headscarves, especially when visiting the Gurdwara, Sikh temple, or during religious ceremonies. In Hinduism, covering the head is a practice that varies by region and community, but is generally associated with respect and tradition. Sari and Gungat. In many Hindu communities, women cover their heads with the end of their sari, palu, or with a veil, gungat, particularly in the presence of elders or during religious rituals. Cultural significance. Head coverings in Hinduism are more cultural than doctrinal, reflecting local customs and norms of modesty. Other religious and cultural traditions. Buddhism. While Buddhism does not mandate head coverings, Buddhist nuns often shave their heads and wear simple robes as a sign of renunciation and humility. In many African cultures, head coverings are worn for both religious and cultural reasons, symbolizing respect, status, and spiritual protection. Despite facing misconceptions and challenges, the hijab remains a powerful expression of a woman's commitment to her faith and her values. By understanding and respecting the hijab, society can move towards greater inclusivity and appreciation of diverse religious practices and cultural identities. Thanks for watching, kids. Stay tuned for more learning videos. Allah Hafiz.